10 bits and the customary I show you not working, because we love that. It's great fun. From Hey Regit, it said as I am TKO3. What, like that? Rather than TKO? TKO? I guess? Right, well, thank you for the bits. I assume they're ad funded again. Brilliant way to get yourself some free bits. Speaking of that, I recently updated me panels. If you go below the stream, and I don't know if this will actually be true, but if you go below the stream, there should be a panel that explains the best ways to donate. I actually did some basic maths, and it had to be basic because I managed to do it. Trying to work out the cross-section of where it becomes a better return to donate via Streamlabs and have the PayPal fees, or donate via bits and 80% of it go to me. So, up to around $2 bits are better to cheer, so that is 200 bits. Any more than that at any one time, and it is better to donate via Streamlabs. And so I went into Streamlabs and changed the minimum donation amount to $2 to reflect that. And what I said before about possibly refunding someone who donated $1, I did that. I sent it back with a little memo explaining why. So that's hopefully that now sorted, and the system is at its most efficient. I can watch ads for bits now. That's brilliant. Mini MG's about. Hello. And Rulmio is hosting. Well, fantastic. Thank you to them. So, right. Can I get, please, some clarification? Do we, and by we I mean you, it's actually got nothing to do with me at all, see the new panel underneath the stream? Or am I just looking in the wrong place? Or is it just not there? Do we have the donation panel with like a bits icon, a Streamlabs icon, that sort of thing around it? That is ultimately the dream. We do have that. Brilliant. I hope that looks alright then. I spent a little while on that, and the best ways to donate are now calculated. But if you are in America and are on desktop, you are able to watch ads for bits. I connected to an American location on my VPN, and that menu appeared, but it didn't let me watch any ads, so I don't know if doing a VPN works. I guess you'd have to find out through a larger scale trial. Doesn't Streamlabs have a box of things like follows and bits as a history log? It'd be quite nice seeing on the left side of the stream. I could give a go at investigating that, but we're not doing chat, I'm afraid, because I've both found it impossible, and also my reasoning is if you're at the stream live, you're physically in the chat. If you're at the archive of the stream on Twitch, the chat will be there. If you're at the archive of the stream on YouTube, hopefully I will have done a decent job in picking out what people have said that I think are of interest. Putting the chat on the stream has so far not worked in any way. It's temperamental and it doesn't seem to update when I change the size of the window, which just seems a bit cumbersome and not great. So we're not doing that. But what we are doing is having some noises in the ear from Matt6478, sharing 10 bits. Thank you for that. When I was trying to watch ads for bits, mine said try again later. So did mine when I VPN'd in. So I don't know what the ultimate outcome of that will be, but we'll have to see with that one. Yeah, you can't always do it. Yeah, I was reading a thing that Twitch said, actually. Weirdly, when I looked up ads for bits, the first thing was ads for bits abuse, so maybe it hasn't been the most smooth system to implement. Like my self-promotion chat feature that doesn't get used properly. It therefore said within the article that there are only a certain number of ads that can be watched at any given time. So maybe there just weren't any available, and maybe VPNing it works. That would be great. I mean, I'd be glad to support people by cheering bits that I didn't have to pay for. DJ says, I'd love to give another 100 today, maybe, but I'm more focused on a cute blue Meowchi Plushiel. Whatever that is, go for it. I mean, it's your money after all. Are we allowed to promote others' self-promotion? Absolutely. Your channel points. And so, to briefly go back to a question I didn't answer a while ago. What is your favourite comedy show? In my favourite television programmes, to be fair, there's a few comedies, but top of them is W1A. I've said about it a few times. It's a BBC comedy about the BBC, and it's immensely funny and quickly paced between witty bits of dialogue and cutting between people in all sorts of funny ways. Last stream, DJ was amazed by my Fred Astaire reference, and I was saying that the song from that was the title sequence to 2012, which is the programme that came before W1A. But it's wonderful. I love it. And in that sort of... yes. That's the thing with, like, links. I mean, that's my own channel, but I appreciate that. Okay. Because I've disabled them, and there's no middle ground, right? There's no nice middle ground. You can't, like, enable links just for the channel point thing, which I think would be really useful to be able to do, but you can't. And then otherwise, if I enable them, then people are just putting random links everywhere, and it's just an unhappy medium where I can't get anything to work as I'd want it to. But on the comedy front, the point that I wanted to make was today is the dying hours of Now TV. I've cancelled it, and today is my last day of the trial. I've been talking about it, as you well know. And I have happened upon, I always knew it existed, but I'm watching a few episodes of Red Dwarf, of all things. Which, a lot of people like and enjoy and love, and I had never seen. And I'm quite enjoying it, actually. It is quite good fun, and that is what the Go Live message was based on there. So there we go. Can we have some political debate? If you, initiate some suggestions as to thoughts, yeah. You probably could. You probably could. That's probably something that you could do. Okay. So we're still at Vegas. We're going to get bomb account. Time out users for posting links. Leaving it enabled, or is there a way to make Twitch filter links so you allow or decline them? I don't know if you can do the second thing. What you can do is set up a moderator delay to give moderators time to do things about chats, but that seems to be only the moderators. I don't seem to be able to have any part in that, so I turned it off for now. I don't really know what to do about it. Guess we'll just tweak things in different directions until something happens. Do you think that the government hides the real number of coronavirus cases? I don't. No. I don't believe that that's the case. And I don't see too much reason why that would be the case. People are sort of coming together in a kind of nice way. So I don't think the government need to pretend to be anything that isn't the case, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, the Chinese government? I don't know. It's not my business, really. I don't think. It's just one of those things I can't say anything about, and I just wouldn't say anything about. And I guess that's the only reason I approached the matter, was to say that I just wouldn't say anything about it. I just wouldn't say anything. Just like, what? I don't know. What would I say? No idea. Right, we're going to go into Vega. Are there barriers just in case there are? We'll keep that. And let's go. These are our wobs for today, by the way. A bit of Cats of the Cosmos. Do 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 do. Right, okay. Good start, Jiso. Good start. Solid start. Yas. Doodly 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 bum 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 bum. Wow, 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 wow. Doodle doo doodle doodle doo doo. I wonder why Jiangxi gets so much hate. I don't know about that. I mean, I had the very start of knowing anything about that, and that Lucas said that he isn't such a fan of Jiangxi, and I don't understand why. Maybe I'm just not high level enough to see the fault in it, but for me it's just very versatile, right? It's a unit that you can make 2 meat shields out of in one slot. It's not as good as 2 meat shields, but a bit expensive. I think it's cost effective as heck, you know, like very cost effective with the surviving the lethal strike. I mean, depending on the enemy having a go at it. Actually, does it depend? Because it gets knocked back upon the lethal strike, so it comes back into the battle in a fair and sensible, not dying instantly kind of way. No, I mean, I do not see an issue with Jiangxi. I'm yet to be convinced that there is any kind of issue with it. I'm happy to keep using it. People in the beginner guide comments asking me, can I use Jiangxi? I'm like, you go for it, sister. Like, absolutely. Oh good, glad we brought the barrier breaker, but I think we didn't necessarily need it. I think we had enough damage in hand. But it's always good to be safe. I think now that we brought Bomber, our Vega antics are going to come to a swift close, which will be good, because we spent a whole stream on that last time. Who's auto mod? It's a Twitch thing. It looks for things and then asks the moderators to allow or deny. So DJ's just permitted the term anti-black because, of course, within Battle Cats that's an enemy trait. Twitch thought it was a nasty comment about someone's racial identity because obviously Automod's a robot. It doesn't know. There we go. There's Vega completed. Let's go back to it. Use a treasure radar and get it absolutely sorted. Do you have any advice for Hanya? All I can really say is that it's one of those levels where there's going to be lots of online tutorials for it, so have a look for that. There'll be plenty. They'll do a better job of explaining what you need to do than I can. Spooky boy, I was just drinking my now cold tea, and it's completely insipid as well. I don't think I left the tea bag in long enough. This is not very nice. Yeah. Oh well. I feel like I should probably return to the China thing and explain, if I can, in more detail why it is none of my business. I feel like it's just nothing you could say about it. I mean, not disclosing the true extent of figures, if that was true, could be unhelpful as to understanding the extent of the crisis, but it's a worldwide pandemic now, so I think actually it doesn't matter what they did with their statistics only in an ethical sense does it matter that they should be honest if they were being dishonest. But other than that, it really doesn't matter at the moment. I should have saved up my cannon. I'm causing myself trouble here. But as it stands now, with everyone on high alert for it and making sure they're suited and booted for it, it really doesn't matter, does it? Like, what matters now is helping people to not get it, and if they have it, not die from it. I did indeed give Can the anti-alien talent. I thought that was a fair talent to give it. I can't remember when I gave it to it, but you know, it's a nice extra stronk. I don't think it makes it too over. I mean, it probably sort of does, but it's yeah, Can pretty good now, pretty good. Some Jiangshi maths. He's 240 every 2 seconds, 120 per second, but with the health of a 75% meat shield, which is 37.5 per second. So 2 of 75 meat shields cost 75 per second to spam and provide you the same protection as one Jiangshi. Therefore, Jiangshi's value is mostly in cap limit. Too many numbers for me to understand, but I think the drift is that cost efficiency or best to meat shield normally, but I don't see that as Jiangshi's important points. It's space saving. I mean, it is halving the amount of space that you'd need for 2 roughly similar in effect meat shields, and that is golden in usefulness. Right, this one is row 1 only again. But we haven't really had a look in it yet. I guess we'll put blue in for something pretty general and see how we do. Let's give it a go. Oh, stronk. Oh, double stronk. Oh dear. I underestimated the stronk power of the boy. He is actually the boy as well, because he's a shy boy. Ah! Oh! It's Jacefish. It's Jacefish Spoons. There we go. I got it out. The 2D boy and the weird lanky Henry man. Well, we've got a right motley crew going on here. I think we're actually quite well equipped with Marin Mizzou though, so we're probably fine. Probably going to be just about alright. Are we getting decimated by Ely? No, that range. That's alright then. We're probably going to be alright, as long as Marin Mizzou absolutely sorts it out. Glad I got 2 meat shields with me. I reckon we're going to be quite well suited and booted there. Unfortunately, not doing too well on the money, so let's relax what we're putting out a little bit until blue can get us some stacks, and then we'll be fine. Come on. Oh, they're strong. They're strong, those Imperator Seals. They're causing me some trouble. Well, let's get the work cut up then. Then we'll be able to spam things more when it comes to it. And we're moving them back all the same. Blue's in a relative sweet spot, so that's alright. We are entirely relying on blue for the damage though. Let's just hope that oh no! See, the Jacefish is now in a position where it was causing some brief problems to blue. Is blue now outside of that problematic range? I guess we're about to find out. It Kinda seems like it. Not so sure. Let's have the work it up. Level 7 now. And we're slowly knocking it back, which isn't actually so good when it leaves Ely Boy out in front, because then Blue goes for Ely Boy and Jace Fish is in a position to hit Blue. But Ely Boy is dead, so we're alright there. And yeah, we may only have one blue, but we had one blue for most of the battle, and the 2 blue was very brief. So we're gonna be alright there. There we go. Lovely, right? Lovely stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. We've done ourselves proud, as it were. Hooray. Hooray, hooray. Very good, yes. Very good, very good. Oh, superior treasure straight away. Well, would you look at that? Okay. Right. Regit, do you know if there was ever only a second line restriction or not? Yes, I once wondered about that, because you raised the point that because I wonder if the unusable first line disables combos or not. It is an interesting point. I haven't come across one, but maybe it could be done. Because the first thing I thought was, well, it wouldn't let you do anything. But actually, you can flick to the unusable row, you just can't spam anything from it. So I don't see why that couldn't be a feature. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for that appearing, and it probably will appear at some point. Big idea I had long ago, DJ says. Filter units the cat CPU can deploy. Oh, boo. Boo. Don't limit my cat CPU, DJ. Boo. Boo. No. I mean, it's a good idea, but I don't like it. Like Legend Quest, I found. It is a good idea, but I don't enjoy playing it. Because it takes matters out of your hands, really. I don't like that. But it is still an interesting idea. I feel like they're on a par of interestingness that I wouldn't like. Oh, you mean... You don't mean the game choosing random only units that the cat CPU can deploy. You mean being able to choose it. I mean, that would be lovely, but it would be a bit overpowered, don't you think? I definitely think it would be an interesting thing if you had a locked-in CPU. So feature time, right? So it's like Legend Quest. By this point, there'd be Heavenly Quest, which Lucas put in the description of his video. I thought, yes, it's a good idea as well. But you have Computer Quest, working title. Cat CPU is locked in for every single battle, and it will just, do what it do, and then maybe variations can be put in the sort of way that it spams things or what it prioritizes, and you have to make slots that are acceptable, that the CPU will use effectively in the stuck state that Ponos give it to you in. And the backstory is something like the computer has malfunctioned. Can you cope with that? Makes me think of balloons, right? Anyone remember at BTD5 there was a mission in it with a fully upgraded beyond what you can usually do 4/4 super apprentice wizard man, right? And it was great, very powerful, but it ate your most expensive unit after every round or something from that. Something like that. And so you had to design what you put out around that. And I feel like that would be the way that the corrupted, malfunctioned CPU stage would work. And that could be another form of quest. Interesting brainstorming sesh we've had there. Right. Okay. Them's were some interesting thoughts. So, Beetlejuice is another row 1 only. Well, let's give it a go. Sun Temple is what you're talking about. I'm not, but I think I know why you're thinking that is because when you do the upgrade, it eats anything within the range. I don't mean that. The special mission there took away your most expensive unit at the end of each round. It was a special mission and not a normal thing. The Monkey Temple was a different thing, but was great fun. Great fun. I remember buying the upgrade where you could get it to go all dark and red and look pretty cool doing that. Did you try Puffer Planet / Blue Impact? I did not. No, I didn't. The thing is, I think, DJ, what you're saying, the problem is that feature would just make the game too easy. And this is coming from someone who loves more CPU features, but the way you can design strategies around the CPU to make it a lot easier for you already. I mean, think of how many strats in my beginner's guide I base around the CPU, because it just makes it so much easier. If you can make it even easier for yourself, you'd end up with people just not playing the game, I don't think. And that's what you'd be at risk of, and that's why I think Promise would never do something like that. And I just probably think that they shouldn't do something like that. Da 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 da. We almost got decimated there. That little spinny boy is actually quite scary. He gets an inch closer to you than you've got range to deal with, and you are destroyed completely. It's genuinely quite scary. Anyway, he's gone, so that's alright. Reggie, are you singing in Lucas's Miku thing? I am, absolutely, and I enjoyed doing little singing bits for it. Great song, great song. It would go from filthy Uber carries to filthy CPUers. Yeah, there's another problem, I think. The CPU would be stigmatised more so than it is now, and then I'd be viewed as even worse of a player. I just wouldn't be able to exist. I'd just be mercilessly bullied. Now, this level quite peculiarly has no restrictions on it. So I could just go back to that, and then we get the whole strat. We can use Chill Cat. CPU can't solo a stage. I know, but I think that the problem is it would make the use of the CPU less special, right? Bonjour. It would make it so that every strat would simply be creating waves, okay. Creating something that would get the CPU started. And a CPU, I think the joy in it is how it's different. A different kind of strat is a CPU strat. I mean, even I sometimes have to admit that a level needs something that isn't a CPU strat. And if you could customise it, really, I think everything would become a CPU strat. Because you just want to do that, wouldn't you? Ah! Eat that! I mean, I haven't even seen you before, but you suck, Big Sal! Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. But it's alright, actually, because Castaway is, as well as being hecka strong, it quite often survives a lethal strike. So, which is probably alright. I love this Big Sal. Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's actually very good fun. It's very docile looking. And then it's got like the most brilliant hair. I love it because it's sort of like in two different worlds. It's got such exuberant hair, but then its face is just so glum and nonchalant and sort of uncaring. It's brilliant. I love it. And it's just very nicely designed. It just takes a huge yawn, decimates you. Shouldn't have put that air out at that time. And then you carry on about your day. Don't use blue. Yeah, fair enough. It does seem to activate its attack when I knock it back, which is what I've just done. I'm a silly man. Go on, just keep knocking him back, last gang style. Yes. Yes, queens. They've done it. Look at that. We needn't have ever worried. Is that not just the best thing you've ever seen? Deneb, you chunky goose. You loose. Haha, gotcha. And we get to do it again. Some treasure. He is so cute. You're right. I mean, like, it's... Ah. Let's do it again. Wow, that worked pretty well. Thumbs up. I feel like, wow, that worked pretty well. Makes me think of the, that meme of, like, the kid at the computer who successfully uses computers and turns around and gives a thumbs up. That's what we've achieved there. Yawny boy has defeated us once again. Let's get Stronkaway out. Stronkaway. You said it, Raggett. You said it, you peculiar boy. Right. And Jiangshi, I mean, I'm glad I brought that. Is it not just perfect? No wave stoppers. Looks like we don't need them, right? Looks like we don't need them. We're just going to be successful. Have you got any legend rares yet? I do not. Because I disagree with the increase in rarity from Uber Rare that they bring, and so when I got a Legend Rare, I've rolled one, I immediately sold it for NP. Why don't you use Octopus here? Well, because of a little sort of motto to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I can't claim that I came up with that. I mean, I obviously didn't. But I have found quite a few times that things appear to, you know, they work, but things appear to not work as well as they could. And there's something else that evidently would work a lot better. And, oh, brilliant, another knockback there. And I could go to try and do that instead. We just aced it there. But when I go and do that, sometimes it actually doesn't work. This has happened with Battle Cat strats, this has happened with technology, and you know, actually, if this works, I'm going to stick with it. Even if Octopus seemed like a good idea. This still aced the strategy, and I knew it was going to, because it has already worked. So, why would I not carry on with it? And there we go. That is Deneb Complete. Cosmic Lounge. Okay, special rare and super rare. Spook. Okay. Well, let's swap out the other stuff for some epic super rares. Let's see what we've got. Fishman might be good. Octopus might be good. Closest thing we can really get to your traditional idea of an Uber. Pizza might be good. Housewife cat might be good. What do we think? Yeah, what do we think then? Pizza is a good idea for these types of stages. Okay, we'll go pizza then. We'll do that. That's I thought of that one and it was also suggested. So we will go for that. That is what we will go for. Yes. Kitty of Liberty barrier breaking. Yeah, that is true, but does Misato not have barrier breaker? She has barrier breaker, so she's the best. And we'll keep the breaker blast cannon. I'm gonna give this a go. Cosmic Lounge. Let's be having you. Bam. Spooky Speedy Boy. Oh. Actually, no, it doesn't matter if we lose. I was just thinking of putting a Rich Cat in, but we haven't got the treasure radar anyway, so we're going to have to do it again regardless. Let's see if Can will can or can't. And we'll also get Chill Cat out because it's got talents now and it's the best basically. Chill Cat's Christmassy adventure. That's what it was, wasn't it? Doing the good stuff. I mean, it really is. Acing the stuff. Excellent. Okay. Looks like we can push forward. Will a Star Peng even be scary? I doubt it. Star Peng, more like 1 Star Peng. Haha, you suck. I mean, you honestly do. Look at you, Frozen Boy. I mean, I appreciate you, Frozen. I wouldn't want you any other way, because I don't like you. But I can lord it over you now, because you are bad. You suck. You suck! Look at you, Frozen! You used to scare me, Star Peng. You're useless now. It's useless. I think we just needed to clarify that. It's completely useless. Chill Cat needs more range. Honestly, I think with the talents that have been given to it, and Chill Cat's a prime example of when I do use talents, when a unit is bad and it really needs improving. That's one of my 2 reasons for using talents. The other, I can't beat a level and a talent would help me to beat the level. I gave it more attack power, I think a bit more defense, and actually now it's a fairly good high damage unit. Yes, it dies quite quickly, but it actually gets in that anti-alien damage that it was meant for. So I'm heckin' happy with it. Can? Well, no, you're absolutely right. That was alright then. We did fine there. We did pretty good. Let's put a treasure radar on and do it again. Oh yeah. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, I wonder if this is actually the best choice. Yeah, it'll be alright. Just needed to move them off the base, but I think we're going to be fine now. Look at that, we're doing fine. Hooray. Masato, just destroying things. The sort of incredibly mixed expressions. We'll get Cyberpunk out as well. Nice and early. Not too early. Early enough to slow the useless Star Peng, because it's just bad. I say that as we get advanced on a little bit. Let's not be too cocky, but let's be 2 Misatos, because we've got them. Lay waste to these lazy, non-Ava piloting scumbags, Misato. You gotta do it. Got Max Workout as well now. It's all in hand. Chill Cat, I actually like Chill Cat now. I mean, the things that talents can do. I believe Chawsy's talent revelation was Balrog. My talent revelation is Chill Cat. Anybody knows how to move the chat? It's on the wrong side. It's blocking some of the gameplay. Huh. It's a bit weird. The screen for you shouldn't be in where the chat is, but I believe you can pop it out. The 3 dots at the top of the chat, you should be able to do that as far as I'm aware. And then you can move it wherever you like. Right. Okay. Looks like this is all in hand, which you'd hope, because it's already worked. Why did you Ultramax Misato? Because she's Misato. I know she's fictional, but I'm almost in love with her. She's brilliant. What a fantastic character. Let's be upfront about this. Misato is the best. Better than all the rest. Excellent stuff. So, the next place to be is Saita's Star. But before then, I need to hashtag stay hydrated, right? And so, I think I will actually. The suggestion being putting that as a you can tell me to stay hydrated via channel points. Good idea. I will implement that, but for now I will tell myself to do it. I am going to stay hydrated in the next few seconds. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Regit, how are you? Hydrated? That's me. Right. Okay. I've actually gained one viewer in that time. Brilliant. So, just might as well leave. Site to start. I'm going to do an energy recovery ad in that case. I've muted myself. Because it makes sense to. Right, no, I need to also do that because we don't want to give the ad free press. Right, and we'll wait for that to happen, and then we're going to get us some energy from that ad. I noticed we're at 799 followers, which is a pretty exciting one. Who knows? Who knows if we'll get to the big 800 before we stop? It could happen. It might happen. It might not happen. Who knows? Right. Okay, we've got the energy, so let's put that back on and put that back on. Right, we haven't got long left, so let's give it a go. It's the same restriction. So let's give it a go, and then we can change it as accordingly for probably one more attempt. We'll have to see. Do 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 Let's break out the barrier breaker. Oh, I am the face as well. Oh, eat that Ultra Bar. You're not strong enough. You're not strong enough. Oh, there's a frozen rover there with its beam just frozen in time. That's quite an interesting sight. Let's watch, if we can, Chillcat laying waste to Iron Face. I mean, it didn't happen. It came along and died immediately, but maybe this will be the time for that to change. Things are going to be different, and they're going to be exciting as well, and we're going to heck a win. And probably take this opportunity to upgrade the Worker Cat. I assume, as people are saying this is difficult, this isn't the difficult bit, because I'm actually managing to keep my head above water. So we better get the Worker Cat up in this time and get ourselves sorted out for what comes next. Though things are building up and becoming a little bit more difficult, so we just need to keep an eye on things and not get too complacent. In fact, we're probably going to have to ditch the money making. Gregory has remained remarkably silent for this time, which is excellent. Any more freezing of him is greatly appreciated. I see some barrier action and some barrier problems. Let's get Misato out as a point of urgency, because that Ultra Barbar needs dispatching with. Otherwise we're going to have problems. Barrier Breaker sorts that out for us. Okay, we'll send in a Can, and keep up the meat shielding, which is actually about all we can do. A few of those Shibalians go away, which is, well, thank goodness for that, because there were a lot of them at one time. Other than that, okay, I can see stuff is really starting to congregate and cause us trouble. So let's get the damages out, which genuinely, I am so proud to say, means chill cat. But Ultra Barbar is our problem, right? Because it keeps coming along, and as it does that, it's causing us a barrier problem and us to lose any sort of barrier against the stuff we have each time, because it just plows in and causes us problems. And I'm not ready for those problems. I mean, it seems like I'm not ready for those problems. Right. We got some problems. And we got just about time for another go. So let's do that. Okay. Let's do it. Work a cat as a matter of urgency. Going to make it sound incredibly urgent by making the sound. Right. I don't think I can make the error sound go to the beat of the music. It isn't very forgiving. It doesn't do it in shorter tones when I rapidly press it. So that melody had to be aborted, unfortunately. But let's just win instead. That would be better. Okay. Let's get all the damage we can off, I guess, because Iron Face, once that's gone, the problems are lesser, right? I feel like that's a sensible thing to believe. We'll just pile on the damage while we can, and Rich Cat would have been useful, but we only know that now, so there's nothing we can do about it. Shibalian's covering our way of destroying things, which is a problem. I will make sure, I think as I was doing anyway, to keep Misato for when an Ultra Barbar comes along, because she is our chief barrier breaker. Okay, here is an Ultra Barbar, so let's get a Misato out. That was a barrier broken, it was probably Gregory's, wasn't it? But Misato dispatching with both the Ultra Barbar and a fair whack of damage onto Gregory in one. That's why we love her. Okay, let's get Castaway out as well. Keep these meat shields up, see what we can do, see what we can absolutely do. Don't know why I add absolutely to things. Well, I do. It's stalling tactics. Let's get Fishman in. Can you get some damage on the floating, my boy? Poor use of barrier breaker there. I really should be using it for when there are problems with the Ultra Barbar, which could easily happen if we're out of monies, or Misato misses a shot, or gets damaged in some inconceivable way. There's just so many things that could happen to her, so I really shouldn't be frivolously using my cannon. Another Ultra Barbar appears, as does Misato. Oh, no, she get knocked back. I see problems there. An Ultra Barbar's still alive. That's what I meant about a missing shot. All we need now is for some freak damage, and we're in the shtuck, but no. Ultra Barbar is defeated this time round. I mean, it's some pretty strong stuff going on. I mean, maybe this is the difficult bit. It just sort of forms into the difficult bit, right? Okay, we got another knockback on Iron Face. That's good, that's good. Now we'll get another chill cat out. Don't use the cannon this time. My finger was right over it, but I luckily remembered to stop. Get another Fishman out. Another worker cat level. Okay, that is useful to have. Iron Face is dead. That's what we like. That's what we like to see. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Nicely done, nicely done. We're going to need to do it again, that's the problem. Victory! Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, this would make sense as a time to stop, I'm afraid, because it is past 10 o'clock, which means it is time to be quiet by all accounts. So I hope you've enjoyed this little session we've had together. Relating to what I said at the start, I hope it seems like I've compacted some entertainment into this time, and it hasn't seemed like I haven't made good use of what is plenty of time to stream in. We've been going for nearly an hour now. So I hope it's been great fun, and I'll see you all later.